The show's continuing coverage of minor league baseball is on the air. Tonight, the first of this 4-game weekend set between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now.
Cody Ainsworth will stride in. He did his part yesterday afternoon as he came through with 3 hits in the losing effort.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. And this inning starts with a solid base hit. Around second. He'll try for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Well, he'll get high fives now, but with nobody out, I think this was a pretty big gamble, but he turns it on once he hits the bag at second, and he's able to slide head first as he beats the throw.
Mark Kawada will come forward now, back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Change of speed there, but it's taken for a ball. 2-2.
And you know, all you have to do is point back to yesterday's ball game. This was part of their downfall, hitting with runners in scoring position. They just couldn't sustain
a dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
Runner on third, nobody out yet.
Joey Tsai will get his first chance at it now. Didn't factor much into the win yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the ball game.
Well, when you have a rough day at the plate, it's all about letting it go. You can't dwell on it for too long.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Ainsworth has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So no runs on no hits. 1 error in the inning, but a man left stranded. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Striding into the box, Cody Ainsworth. He scored after tripling in his first plate appearance. What's he got in store for us here?
Yeah, he already got to show off those wheels, so let's see if he can make it happen again in this at-bat.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Kimball moves over. 1 out. Pablo Valenzuela gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major opportunity later on.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. To make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. One more look at the full extension catch that strands 2 men on the base paths. Thursday night baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. Cody Ainsworth comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Center fielder, Cody Ainsworth.
Skied into straightaway right. Tsai is there, and it takes just 1 pitch to retire the leadoff man in the home half. Joey Tsai will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
Yeah, and I think that's putting it mildly. Just 1 hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fellow on the mound has not made...
Russell Kimball is set to get us started for the late innings of this one. Into the windup, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Lifted the other way out to left center. Hernandez on the move. He makes the play. A fine running catch to get... Cody Ainsworth will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
And that's just not really his game. Anytime he keeps it on the ground, he's got a pretty good chance of feeding out a hit.
High fly ball out to deep right field. A leap, but this is out of reach and off the wall. Around second now, heading for third. And he'll get in there at third as he just misses a home run but settles for the triple.
Yeah, getting one triple in a game is rare enough, but getting two is something you might see once a year. But just like the last one, he hits second base here under a full head of steam and makes it into third with his second triple of the ball game.
Mark Kawada digs in. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
And this is a big-time strikeout situation right here, so they're going to be shooting for the same result, no doubt about it.
Dive, but it's in and out of the glove, and the run should score. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. Now a 5-0 lead.
First baseman, Michael King.
So striding in, number 20, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Line drive, base hit left field. And a relay to the plate, but not in time. And just like that, this ball game is tied.
Huge hit for his ball club right there. A single drives in the tying run. Boy, he's fired up down there.
Mark Kawada steps in for a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th.
Yeah, this is a huge moment in this ball game, Matt. I mean, you might...
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. But Cody Ainsworth brings his back to the plate now to get the bottom of the 11th underway.
And he's already been on base 3 times in this ballgame, so let's see if he can do it one more time.
Liner toward right center, but this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
And if this ball is in the alley just a little bit...
An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, and I think we probably could have given this award to 3 or 4 different people, but you definitely can't overlook his contribution. He really played a great ball game.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. And it would appear we'll see a pinch hitter here as he'll try to get something started with the bases empty and 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder, Cody.
And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1.
Well, this has been a pretty good ball game out of a guy who really hasn't pounded the strike zone. He's only thrown a first pitch strike to 40% of the hitters that he's faced, and yet look where he's standing right here, getting it done.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. Hot shot to third. Medeiros gloves it on to first, and the throw goes right by him.
Well, you know, he knew who he had running down the line right there, so he had to try to hurry the throw. But in hindsight, I think he had a little bit more time than even he thought, and he winds up throwing this one away.
And now they've got him picked off. And And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll end the inning. He's through 8 with the shutout intact. 9th inning coming up, and we still have no score. Bobby Murakami. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he wound up turning things over to his bullpen in the 9th, but still, 8 strong innings for him. And he was hitting his spots all game long.
2 errors.
So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show. Altoona wins it 1-0. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Now from your exclusive home for minor league baseball, MLB The Show is on the air. Tonight it's the 3rd of this 4-game weekend series between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. It's baseball, it's The Show, and it comes your way next. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Coming to the plate now, Josh Cameron, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And they're going to hit the board first tonight as this ball's down for extra bases. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
Well, there's one way.
Cody Ainsworth will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Now a move over to first. Throw is low, and it gets by. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees. EK, you take a look at our visitors as they enter play here this evening. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
And they were able to come away with the victory last night, so another performance like that would make their manager a happy man.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. So it's no runs on no hits, 1 error, and a runner left stranded. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Bobby Nielsen will get his first opportunity here. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night.
Well, when you're hitting under 200 for the season, games like yesterday are going to happen on a regular basis.
Belted high and deep into right center. Ainsworth ranging back. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Now that we have a chance, let's bring up the Richmond defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, this is one of the better defenses in all of the league. Very few clubs commit fewer errors than this one. I expect them to be sound in this game.
Cody Ainsworth is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield, and that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
Oh, and just a miserable effort there. It's 0-1.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
And a change-up here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit at third. Scooped up, one there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Cody Ainsworth will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips.
Ainsworth.
Chopped weakly to the left. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 6 full. Cody Ainsworth will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But, hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
On to first, and they're an out away. And, guys, a good outing on the mound for the man you see right there, the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award.
Yeah, not the longest outing he'll ever have. He only made it 6 full innings, but he definitely brought his good stuff to the ballpark, and he winds up helping his guys get out of here with a victory.
The show's continuing coverage of Eastern League Baseball is on the air. Today we wrap up this 4-game weekend series between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. Major League Baseball on the show is next. Cody Ainsworth comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Flying Squirrels, center fielder, Cody Ainsworth.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Running hard. He's digging for second. And he will make it there with their first hit of the ball game, a leadoff double.
You know, sometimes people talk about no doubters when a guy hits one 20 rows into the seats. Well, that's a no-doubt double right there. No chance for any of these outfielders to get it. With their backs to the infield, they got to get back there, get the ball back into the infield.
Malcolm DaCosta will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Swing and a hot shot towards the hole. Oh, and he has some trouble with it, and he'll barrel right through the stop sign, headed for the plate. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
This is a good sign.
The pitcher, Vernon Lopez, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, Williamson. 2 down. Clint Rodriguez will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Now a swing and a fly ball. Williamson giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Cody Ainsworth will get his second shot at it now. He doubled to start out the home first.
And it was a nice at-bat, too, Matty. He looked really comfortable up there.
To short. Dudley is up with it. Throw just in time as he was flying down the line that time. Ramon Russell comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Ainsworth comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2.
Now batting.
A look at our line score here. Cody Ainsworth comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit out towards second. Russell fields it cleanly, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
The left fielder, number 4.
Swing, and he pulls the fastball high in the air toward deep right center. Ainsworth is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So nothing happening this time around. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Richmond leads this one 2-1. Cody Ainsworth strides forward now with a very important insurance run standing over at third.
Yeah, this one's been a well-played, close game, so that's a big run down there.
Here comes the first pitch. Hit hard up the middle, and that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. In to score easily is the runner from third, and the lead will swell to 3 now in the 7th inning. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way. Settling in now, Malcolm DaCosta. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
He's running towards second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw not in time as he steals second.
And let's train our eyes on this stolen base from our high first base camera. You'll see him get a pretty good jump, and he wasn't looking back at all right there, so he gets into scoring position now with 1 out.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Moving under it, Cleveland. And he makes the catch for the second out. And he's safe.
Yeah, this ball's hit high enough that he can go back and tag at second base. So that's a good job of moving up the extra 90 feet now with 2 outs.
Mac Williamson will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk with the runner still at third. Vernon Guevara gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Sy is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors, and 2 men left on base. Ramon Russell will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Ainsworth on the move, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. Around third and being waved on home. And the run will score all the way from first. It's now a 4-3 ball. So, guys, all 3 of us were treated to a well-played ball game all in all. And what do you say we go ahead and name this fella right here as our tops player of the game?
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back.
The show's continuing coverage of minor league baseball is on the air. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Trenton Thunder. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Cody Ainsworth is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one. EK, we take a look at the home nine as they take the field here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And it's been a little bit of a rocky start to the homestand. Just 1 win to show for their first 4 games. I think it starts with the pitching.
Vernon Guevara will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play. He's running towards second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw, not in time. He's in there at second.
And this is all about a table setter at the top of the lineup doing his job perfectly. Gets on base to start the ball game. Now he's into second on the stolen base, and they're off to a fast start here early on.
A runner at second, nobody out. Hard hit at third. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. And they'll just tag him here for the out. Cody Ainsworth is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Drilled right back up the middle, and this is going to scoot on through into center for a base hit leading off the inning.
Yeah, nothing too special.
Vernon Guevara steps into the box. Here comes the 0-1, and there he goes towards second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
And in a scoreless ball game, a lot of times it's a manufactured run that gets your guys on the board first. And they'll have an opportunity to do so now as he's in scoring position on the stolen base.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Cantrell patrolling center makes the play, 1 out. The relay, but too late, and he's safe at third.
And this fly ball will work almost.
Coming to the plate now, Mac Williamson, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game.
And he tries to go to a knee to block it, but it's by him down the right field line. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
The batter.
Settling in now, Cody Ainsworth. He singled his last time up.
Cody Ainsworth.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Yeah, this one looked like one of EK's 4-irons. He just kind of shanks this thing right down the right field line, but he manages to drop it just inside the chalk line, and that's a thing of beauty.
Vernon Guevara gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
Left side, scooped up, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 left. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Manny Vasquez will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line drive right back up the middle.
Ainsworth is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Leading off the inning, Charles Newsom, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. DaCosta arranged to his left as he tracks this. Cody Ainsworth is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
And he's already been on base 3 times in this ballgame, so let's see if he can do it one more time.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. On the ground to third. Hernandez gloves it, and the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting,
Slade Heathcott will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
George Thornton will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Fly ball heading for the alley, and that'll get down out there for extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. The relay throw. And he's going to make it to third safely, and there's your tying run at third now with 2 away. Striding in to start the 9th, Cody Ainsworth, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
center fielder, Cody Ainsworth.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
And there's a base hit, and this could wind up as an important insurance strike here as the leadoff man's aboard to start the 9th.
Well, here we are. It's the second month of the season.
Vernon Guevara comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base. There goes the runner. Pitches a cold strike. The throw not in time as he steals second.
Well, it's obvious they had a plan coming in to take advantage of that arm behind the plate. And it's worked out for them as they are now 6 for 6 on the base path so far.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. Preston is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 66.
Gorky Hernandez takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
On to first, but it's too late as the first base umpire says they just missed getting it. Eduardo Quintana will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now a spin and a throw back to second. A dive, but he's back.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Mark Kawada gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Belted high in the air out to left. Thornton looking up, and it's gone. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, Matty, he definitely led the way. You'll see there, he turned in a 4-hit performance, and that definitely keyed his guys to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one 6-1. Good night, everybody.
For the Thunder, 1 run on 6 hits. No errors. They left 17 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
And we welcome you back to today. MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour around the minor league. Today, it's the second of this 3-game series between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Trenton Thunder. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Thoughts, EK? Anyone stand out?
Well, I'll be keeping an eye on what that leadoff hitter can do in this one. He's been a really tough out this year, bringing an on-base percentage over 400 into the game, so I have a feeling he could be a key player in this one when it's all said and done.
Line towards center field. Williams is right there, 1 down. Time now to give you a look at the batting order for the visiting squad. EK, any thoughts?
Well, guys, I'm really hoping to see
Cody Ainsworth is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Cody Ainsworth.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Oh, a diving stop. He is out.
Oh, what a play.
Cody Ainsworth will step in. He's lined out and grounded out in 2 trips.
He seems to be seeing the ball okay, though, making some decent contact so far.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Wow, a flip to second for 1. On to first to complete the double play.
Now batting,
Cody Ainsworth will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he could make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
that changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top, and just fire that thing in there.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Hit hard down the right field line, but a foul ball. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Line drive to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out. Cody Ainsworth struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. And here's a fastball in for strike 1. 91 miles an hour that time.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
Throw gets him. 2 down.
now batting,
And, boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award. But what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you. And he came on to slam the door shut.
10 hits.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one Time for minor league baseball here on the show as we set our sights on the Double-A Eastern League. Tonight we wrap up this three-game series between the Flying Squirrels of Richmond and the Trenton Thunder. Digging in, Cody Ainsworth. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Ainsworth.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Hit hard to the right side. One there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Cody Ainsworth will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one.
Cody Ainsworth.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard back up the middle. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
Yeah, that's a 2-out hit here in the third inning. Maybe just a little something to get this guy out of his early comfort zone.
Standing in, Eduardo Quintana. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Runner goes for second. This is line to left. Casado is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. And we are tied 0-0. Cody Ainsworth digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Here comes the first pitch. In there, no balls and a strike. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Cody Ainsworth digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. Hit to third. Ponce comes up with it. On to first, and there are 2 down. Cody Ainsworth will step in. A ground-out victim as last time.
Yeah, ground out last time, but you know, with his speed, that's kind of a big part of the way he plays the game. Put the ball on the ground and force the defense to make a clean, quick play on him, because if they don't, he's safe.
Casado will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Cody Ainsworth digs in, and he'll try to improve on a 1 for 5 effort thus far.
Yeah, and you know, guys, the difference between a 2 for 6 and a 1 for 6 is a big deal. So let's see what he can do here.
In there, 0-1.
0-1.
And he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Preston will put this one away, and the side is retired. Nothing doing here this half. Still 1 run can win this thing. And guys, a good outing on the mound for the man you see right there, the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award.
Yeah, Matty, sounds good to me. They needed him to come out and give some support when he was called on, and he gave them a very good outing out of the bullpen. Enough to make him.
The show's continuing coverage of minor league baseball is on the air. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Erie Seawolves and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Cody Ainsworth comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Flying Squirrels, designated hitter, Cody Ainsworth.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. EK, our visitors here as they take the field tonight following a scoreless top half. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
And they've been as hot as anybody in the league recently. So all they need to do is keep playing the way they've been playing.
Vernon Guevara will stand in now, just a few ticks shy of the 300 mark for the season.
Well, he's been having a pretty good year, but he's been slumping just a little bit at the plate recently.
And hold on there, that's not going to get him in there with the stolen base.
And this is one of those guys that can certainly be an X factor in this series. He sets the tone early here with a first-inning steal of second base.
Now a line drive caught down there at third. And that's allowed out number one. A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, I'll be keeping an eye on what that leadoff hitter can do in this one. He's been crushing the ball lately, hitting over 4.
Coming to the plate now, Mac Williamson. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone. Eduardo Quintana will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s.
Well, he's been hitting really well over his last 10 games or so, and he's someone to watch out for in this one.
The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Batting fifth,
Cody Ainsworth digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Haas moves over, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Cody Ainsworth will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
Vernon Guevara will step in. He's lined out and grounded out in 2 trips.
He seems to be seeing the ball okay, though, making some decent contact so far.
Pitch misses low. The throw down. And he'll be in there at second without a throw, in fact. Has to be thinking strikeout here. High in the air and deep down the left field line. Haas is going to get there to make the catch a few steps into foul territory for out number 2. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, this ball's hit high enough that he can go back and tag at second base. So that's a good job of moving up the extra 90 feet now with 2 outs.
Mac Williamson will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Squirrels lead it. Cody Ainsworth digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Softly hit here to the left side. And that's a base hit, so a chance for some important insurance here to kick off the bottom of the 8th.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going.
Vernon Guevara comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base.
Yeah, and in this situation, you've got to move that runner to second any way you...
And he's into second safely with a stolen base.
And we'll give you an isolation look at this one from our camera down in the third base well. You'll see he's not looking back. This is a straight steal, and he's into second with no one out.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him.
Now batting.
Mac Williamson will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the...
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. The throw to the plate. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Took him a while to pick up that first hit of the ball game, but he made it count.
Well, runs at something of a premium here in this matchup, so it doesn't make it quite as hard to find our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was a thorn in their side all game long. You'll see there, he winds up with a 3-hit ball game, and a couple of those were key hits that helped lead his guys to victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one 4-1.